Hi everyone and welcome to the channel. This is Adin and today we are playing NBA 2K25. Today's matchup is between the Boston Celtics facing the Orlando Magic. Alright, let's do this.
Welcome in, everyone. The NBA Cup has reached the knockout stage. Tonight, it's a quarterfinal in the East. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jason Tatum.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center position. And for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Bitadze in at the 5. And this game starts the elimination round for the NBA Cup tournament. All teams won their respective groups, but only one can advance.
Yeah, this tourney can kind of sneak up on you. Suddenly, the intensity is much higher, and so are the stakes.
Ooh.
And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. Beyond the arc. Pass to Suggs. Hits it from three-point range.
Oh, terrific move offensively from Suggs. He is locked in on that shot and finishes.
Here's White.
Oh,
by Caldwell Pope.
close. Come on.
Orlando's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Porzingis with the block.
Good lucky on that one.
Outside Tatum. From deep three-point land. They get it back. Sinks it.
Nice.
And the shot from Porzingis.
Oh, scooped up the board. Porzingis wasting no time going up with it.
Suggs passes to Bitadze. Banchero kicks to Suggs. Banchero a screen for Suggs. Back to Banchero.
Oh, wow.
Off target
Nice.
with his 3. For Boston, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Brown with it, now guarded by Caldwell Pope. Caldwell Pope against Brown. Tatum dishes to Brown. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Great screen by Brown, rolling right to his sweet spot.
Tatum against Banchero. Fires from deep. Another miss by Orlando.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink 1 of their first 5 shots.
From Rookie of the Year in 2023
Yeah.
to an All-Star grade
Almost
in
went in.
2024. Paulo Banchero.
And Kevin, that really says it all, doesn't it? Few players hit the ground running like Banchero has. Becoming an elite competitor, people fear almost instantly.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at
Nice.
the line is good. And Derek White, he's one of the most valuable guards, Richard, in the NBA.
White can play the 1, he can shoot the ball, plus he is an all-league defender. So Derek White gives you everything you want in your backcourt.
And the Magic making a change here. Wax checked in. And both free throws good for White.
Nice.
Now he's perfectly comfortable doing work at the line.
So the Magic, their last game, a win against the Utah Jazz. Black kicks to Suggs. Pass to Banchero.
Ooh, wow.
Sinks the three-pointer.
He's got a
Oh, man, I couldn't even.
on his long made shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Now here's White. The kick out to Tatum. Nailed from three-point land.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And we've got a timeout called by Jamal Mosley. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. And there before you are the teams that have been absolutely red hot for the last 10 games. Number 1, the Celtics.
It's been a great run for them, kind of shooting the basketball. You love when multiple guys get into a groove at the same time.
The Magic trail by 3. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. The Magic superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy.
Almost winning.
Cliche, Kevin. Just keep
great.
Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft.
I got distracted.
Thanks.
And what a strong finish from Banchero. His guys love when he throws it down.
Tatum with the screen on Suggs. White.
Yeah.
And once he got to the 10,
Thank you, White.
I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Suggs. Following the basket by Derek White.
Oh, wow.
He gives up a bit of
That was nasty.
Position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. And Orlando making a change here. Van Vliet's checked in. There's 1:17 left in the first quarter. Here's Pritchard. Down low. Here's Jamison, and he uses the glass on the way. We've seen the lead change hands.
Thank you,
quite a bit in
Jamison.
this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now here's Van Vliet. He points his last outing. Banchero outside.
Ooh,
Nice. With his 3.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Jamison with a screen on Van Vliet. And it's Brown missing. And Wagner's got the ball here.
Come on.
Orlando. They trail by 1. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
And maybe if they were at home, their fans could have given them the boost they needed to get over the top.
Here is Mason. After the basket by Franz Wagner. Got a piece of it. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession. Suggs against Brown. Jamison, a screen, fires for 3. Carter pulls it in. Now Van Vliet, pass to Isaac. 1 second left. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Orlando?
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
And Greg, here we are, not yet halfway into the season. for players, has the wear and tear already set in?
It can. Sometimes it's the accumulation by the end of a season, but other times it's just a challenging stretch that can leave you reeling.
A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And Van Vliet out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Black in at the 3 spot. That's the group start in the second quarter for the Magic. Now, here's Suggs. He had 25 points in the win against Utah. Carter with the screen. Here's Black and the
out of bounds.
in by Orlando.
Yeah.
It's never too early to start looking at our contenders for this year's dunk contest. There's no doubt it'll be a terrific showdown of some of the game's best athletes.
And it seems like each year the bar keeps getting set higher. I mean, more props, crazier concepts to the competition, the level of dunks. I think this is going to be a good one.
Well, you look at Banchero. Some might say he's a long shot at this point, but you never know.
Hey, stranger things have happened, and we'll just have to wait and see.
And as always, we'll keep the updates coming in as we get closer to All-Star Weekend. One thing we already know, there are some great players pulling in votes so far.
Yeah, and I think it's safe to say that this is going to be one of those dunk contests that everybody's going to be tuning into.
And here's Caldwell Pope after Jason Tatum getting his shot to go from deep. And it's Suggs missing. Here's Pritchard. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Jamison. There's the pick. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline. Wagner's checked in for Black. The Celtics also changing it up. Porzingis comes in for Tillman. And it's Holiday in for Pritchard. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Wagner kicks to Suggs. Puts it up from 17. Rebound by the Celtics. Their last win put them into double digits with 10 in a row. Wow, quite a stretch.
You can feel the energy in the air around this team. They know they are on a roll, and they are committed to keeping it going as long as they can.
Tatum with a screen on Isaac. Mason. There's the drive.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Well, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Suggs against Holiday. Can they get it? Count it, and the Celtic lead has been cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Suggs.
And this is a guy who is really comfortable with the ball in his hands. Suggs so dangerous in the pick and roll.
Tatum a screen. Nice shot by Jamison. Jamison's got the lead up to 7 now for the Celtics.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Now, here's Isaac. No scoring in this one. Wagner passes to Isaac. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Outside Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. Outside Tatum. Good work defensively by Carter.
And imagine how good they'll look if he can start to chip in a bit more offensively.
Ooh, wow.
In no time at all. Suggs has got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, confident shot by Suggs. He just goes right up and lets it fly.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Banchero's checked in for the Magic. Black comes in for Jalen Suggs. The Celtics also changing it up. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Jamison, and it's White in for Tatum. Here's Holiday. Still without a basket. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Sweet little floater. And the Celtics lead by 7.
And of the last
Thank
6
you, Holiday.
baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Black. Coming in off a 10-point game his last outing. Back to Banchero. Stolen by Mason. Porzingis with a screen on Banchero. Mason. Shot clock at 6. And it's
Ooh,
White
that was
missing.
cold.
The Magic trail by 7. Here's Black. Takes it inside.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. 23 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Shots good from Mason.
And the
Nice.
D has gotten a little bit lax
Thank you,
here
Mason.
defending the triple.
Here's Black, guarded by Holiday. Black kicks to Wagner. Pass to Banchero. Over Mason. A fadeaway J off the mark. And so that's the end of the first half. Celtics out in front. They lead by 8. Time now for the halftime break, with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
And please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot from. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participant.
Welcome. All right, guys, let's break it down. It has not been the ideal start for the Orlando Magic.
They haven't been able to get anything going on the offensive end. And the lack of production doesn't just fall on the shoulders of the players. The game plan that the coaches have, it's whack. It doesn't work.
And now, moving on, a look at the players of the week deserving of the recognition. The Western Conference winner, Luka Doncic.
No stranger getting recognized. Doncic stuffs the stat sheet pretty much every night. Controls the pace of the game. Superstar.
Would you say he's a little bit like Magic?
Let's not get crazy, Ernie.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You have to like what we're seeing from the captain.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
Greg, you know this. Good coaches give their players confidence. But what's the balance there between affirmation and accountability?
Well, when you believe in a player, that also comes with expectations. So a coach has to boost them up and also demand that they deliver.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum.
Nice. Here we go.
Porzingis in at the center, locking down the middle.
The ideal pick man. Porzingis has a giant frame and can roll to the hoop or pop it out and hit a J in this action.
The Magic trail by 7. Inside, here's Bitadze.
Ah, nope.
The offensive rebound.
Oh, well, he rebounded.
Caldwell Pope passes to Suggs. Wagner against Brown. 5 on the clock. And that one is hammered.
And Wagner is comfortable in the pick and roll. His decision-making is impressive in those situations.
Outside, White. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. And the space there, but it's offline. And here's Banchero. He'll bring it up for the Magic. It's a 5-point game. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Tatum with it. Picked up by Banchero. Offensive rebound. Porzingis passes to Tatum. Outside Holiday. Second shot opportunity. The rebound
come
by
on.
Bitadze's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Banchero. That one doesn't go. Great D that time from Tatum.
Well, his shooting is unfortunately not a big thing. And his lackluster accuracy is probably the thing that's keeping them behind.
Wow.
Suggs with the ball. 7 points in the game.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Magic, Goga Bitadze. Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Mason, he checked in for Boston. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
Come on.
Banchero with the ball.
Oh, man.
Banchero looking around. Suggs passes to Wagner.
Nice.
Porzingis with the steal.
There you go, big guy.
Yes,
nice.
Holiday with the assist that time. 6 points for Porzingis.
That's just too easy for Porzingis. He just powers through that contact.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Checked in for Orlando. And with this break, let's bring up the list of the dominant rookie rebounders in the NBA this season. You look at Mason. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
And you know, rebounding was a skill that I thought would translate to the NBA for him. We knew he could board with the best of them, and he has not disappointed.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Banchero against Tatum. Banchero passes to Bitadze, and he gets it to go. Bitadze's got 7.
Oh, another timeout.
Guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Celtics. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Orlando, right behind him, just 1 spot down.
Well, when I look at Orlando,
they're proving that all the talk we heard about them in the preseason was warranted. What a role this group's been on here early on.
And you want to talk about hitting the ground running? They've done exactly this. And you got to give a lot of credit to their coaching staff for getting this team locked in early.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
Love to see Brown facilitate out of the pick and roll, and I'm sure his coach feels the same way.
RJ, we've seen multiple all-star games for Jaylen Brown. Can he become a superstar?
Well, to me, if you've got a finals MVP in your back pocket on your resume, you are now a superstar, and Jaylen Brown is that.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Mason. 1:04 left in the third. Fires the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Mason's got the lead up to 9 now for Boston.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Here's Black, guarded by Holiday. And Wagner drives in, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Oh, good job executing inside. Wagner in total control down there.
Outside Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. And again, Boston with the triple.
And that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Here's Black, guarded by Holiday. Releases from 15. Black, no good.
Normally he drains that.
Celtics leading by 10. It's Brown on the wing. He's covered by Suggs. Lets the three fly. It doesn't go for him. It's tipped. Porzingis with the steal. And so it's Boston going into the break with a 10-point lead. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. Right back after this break. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And two teammates on the same page, woo.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. And it's Mason with the ball for the Celtics. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. The Wizards on the road to face them after this game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. The post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. And it's Black in at the point. That's who's out there for Orlando. They grabbed their own miss. Good. Isaac's got his first bucket of the night.
And how about Isaac? He just attacks the backcourt, especially on the offensive glass, putting that height to good use.
Here's Pritchard, and a slam dunk by Jamison.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Here's Black. Pass to Caldwell Pope. Launches a three. Rebound by Jamison. Celtics leading by 10. Jamison with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Mason. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Great heads-up defensive play tonight, creating offensive opportunities for themselves by forcing deflections.
And we also got to highlight how lackluster the opposition has been in terms of boxing out. This team is flat out bullying them on the offensive glass.
Celtics making a switch here. Holiday's checked in. And Mason drops them both.
And among NBA bigs, he is known for his ability to deliver at the free throw line.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. And the Celtics making a change here. Kate is checked in. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Jamal Mosley was saying to the team. He was preaching the importance of effort, saying he wanted to see second and third efforts each possession. We need to be the more active team down the stretch. Guys?
Thank you, David. Carter outside. Back to Isaac. And Isaac throws it down.
That's fine.
You got to push Isaac out of the paint. Once he's got that position, he is going to be all over the rim.
Here is Mason. Tatum with a screen on Caldwell Pope. Mason the pass to Tatum. The rebound by
come
Caldwell
on.
And they're up right now, but it hasn't been because of him. He's really struggled on offense.
Pope. Offensive rebound. Isaac kicks to Caldwell Pope. Carter the pass to Black. 6 on the shot clock. Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Wagner against Holiday. To the paint. Stolen by Carter. Back the pass to Wagner.
Nope.
The rebound by Curry.
Yeah.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. And that one drops.
Nice.
Raiders got the lead up to 12 now for the Celtics.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And Jamal Mosley has called timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. Orlando making some changes. Goga Bitadze is checked in for Carter. Banchero comes in for Isaac. And Jalen Suggs is subbed in for Black. And over 2.5 minutes in the books here in the fourth. Banchero against Tatum. Banchero kicks to Suggs. Pass to Wagner. Lets it go with a 3. Traps in the tray. Wagner's got it.
Why are we calling a timeout?
Orlando.
And every year it seems Wagner
We got a good
gains
lead.
more confidence, and it's starting to show on shots like that.
And we've got a timeout from Joe Mazzulla. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here.
Outstanding entertainment. One more time, let's hear it for the 407 dance team.
If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
It's White on the wing. He's guarded by Caldwell Pope. White the pass to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Now, look, when Porzingis has it there, there's not much you can do defensively.
The Magic trail by 11. Pass to Banchero. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. And that's 10 points for Paolo Banchero.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
1:39 left to play here in the fourth. Now here is Holiday. Back to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
We've seen Porzingis be this dominant before. For him, it's all about keeping that confidence.
And here's Banchero.
Oh,
That's
come
in for
on.
his 5th field
That's
goal of
fine.
the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Maybe they've been going to him a little too much. Now, he's having a great game, but his team is losing, and that is all that matters.
Now here's White. .106 left in the fourth quarter. Tatum a screen. White goes in, and the shot goes in. And the Celtics lead by 11.
And now as the clock ticks down, this is going to end up as a solid victory here for the Celtics.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Excellent self-control and patience tonight.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
and continued dominance against this team, winning both of their matchups this season.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Porzingis.
I think people could learn a lot from how versatile he was in this one. Whatever the situation was, he found a way to be a difference maker.
No good there.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
And you have to feel for him. That's the kind of miss that will stick with you for a little bit.
Outside Tatum. Puts up a deep three. No good. Shot missing. So we see Boston get the win here. And they move on to the NBA Cup semifinals. These guys are firing on all cylinders.
And really doing their best to represent the Eastern Conference. This is a proud organization, and they have played with great pride.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Giroux. You know that's a team that wants to go inside. How did you make it hard for them?
I really just feel like we really just cracked the paint. Did a good job of doing that. We know they have a lot of pain points, so just being able to keep them out there and try to make a shoot three. So I think we did a good job.
Yeah, you stuck to the game plan, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Richard Jefferson, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. We appreciate you tuning in tonight. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Kristaps Porzingis.
Thank you everyone for watching. This has been Adeline. If you can please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.
PlayStation